Hello and welcome to the podcast that for now is called the Jelly Deal Gang, which I'm not entirely sold on because it has bad SEO. But that's what we've settled on for now. My name is Sara and I'll be running this game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and with me as always is...
Becs Watson,
Jen Blundell,
and Helen Gaffney.
So we rejoin Jaz the Scoundrel, Juniper the Devoted, and Tiddles the Beast. Last time, we were introduced to our Thirsty Sword Lesbians. There's no better description for them than that.
That's what we are.
Who arrived on the satellite planet Mytilene to help a woman who wanted to... I'm fully struggling to sum up my own story here, which is wild. This is...
That makes perfect sense.
Why don't you try against a backdrop of increasing threat of political power?
I had to stop suddenly and be like, have I skipped part of the story? There's an oppressive an oppressive person who is trying to implement change politically that would be very negative towards trans people in this universe. And so it has been tasked to our crew to find a way to stop her. They think the best way to do that is to uncover an explosive tax scandal, and so have recruited the hacker.
Static Vector.
Boy, Static Vector. These are my notes. Things, and I should remember to hack in and hopefully find that information. What a clunky and terrible... I mean, really, truly, I hope you've listened to the first episode.
Fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. But really, rather
I'll just
than
make it all double
that,
speed.
There we go.
Can I also ask,
1.5.
What is SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Oh.
And homonyms are never good for searching. So we were like,
No, we never explain it. We're never going to explain it. We're never going to explain how to spell it or what it means.
No backstory.
J-E-L-L-Y.
We haven't settled on it.
D-E-A-L-Y. No. Dealy?
D-E-A-L-Y.
Eels up in fire, finding an entrance where they can.
We're off already to a truly chaotic start. So,
Eels.
in the last session, it was our first time playing, so there were a few things that slipped through the cracks. There were a few moves, like Becs could have avoided disaster with one of her moves, but it's good that she didn't, because it did end up with that incredibly awkward scene with the law on the train station.
What do you mean awkward? It was romantic and beautiful.
Truly, and not terrible and hard to watch. But another thing is that Tiddles is a Beast playbook, and they have a move relates to their feral, and they need to increase their feral anytime that they either express themselves in a shocking way through their appearance, or they display intense emotions that society wants to conceal. And I do believe that happened at least once, maybe more than once, but at least once. So we're just going to add one more. We'll add one more to Tiddles' feral counter. So we start back in on a train. One of the many wonderful trains in this city, heading towards the publishers, where you are hoping to find this information. Static is typing away on a keyboard nearby, and I'll just give you this moment of time and travel to maybe clear some of the conditions you received in the last game. So, there are two mechanics with which you can clear a condition in this game. You can either receive emotional support from another player, or there are specific actions you can take to clear the emotion. So it's up to you which of those you would like, whether you want to reach out to someone for emotional support right now. Static's very consumed in her keyboard, so she's not paying attention. So if you're worried about being vulnerable in front of a basic stranger, don't be. She is not paying even the slightest bit of attention.
Right.
So you've got insecure and guilty, haven't you?
Yeah, yes, we are in it now. Oh wait, I think we should have done. Has everyone got their dice?
Yes.
No. Good point. Good question. Barely even open our PDFs.
A thing I normally do before the game. So, I believe, Jaz, you have an insecure condition at the minute.
I do. So the way to clear that is take rash action to confront the object of your jealousy and prove your worth without any plan or advice. Unfortunately, the person who made me insecure is in jail, so I might have to seek emotional support instead.
Yeah.
I think Jaz would kind of, we're back on a train. She's not sitting, she's like standing and she's looking out the window, and occasionally she just kind of like shifts to another place as if to get like a better view. And then eventually when she's near Juniper, she just turns around, looks her dead in the eyes and goes, I'm good at flirting, right?
So, Jen or Juniper, if you could roll 2d6 and add heart or spirit.
That's it. It's a real shame you turned to me, but because I have guilty, I am worse at emotional support at the moment.
Oh no!
Yes. So I've got a -2 to emotional support, which was already...
We're all so self-absorbed that we can't solve any of our problems.
Plus heart or spirit. So it was only going to be a +1 anyway. So now I'm on -1 to whatever I would have had before. So let me just roll this and then I'll tell you. I'll just play it straight in. Oh gosh, I need to get it. Sorry, I need to open these. Why do PDFs open in Chrome for me? I can't handle this.
Because they're set to automatically open in Chrome, probably.
I know. And I just... How do I change that?
Let's not worry about it now.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm guys. This is all my problem to deal with when it's...
Excuse us while we're boomers. Tech break.
Tech break. Should have a little. If we have a little tech break jingle, it'll be fine.
It's tech break. No, I'll just tech break time.
Oh, now I can't. You have to keep it forever.
Tech break time. Time for a tech break. Take a break.
There you
go.
Roll
2, isn't it?
Covered it all.
Tech break jingle.
I could have done it lower pitch than that, but I didn't.
I got 8.
8. Okay, so yeah, if they open up to you, you can choose one of these. You can clear the condition, or you can do other things, but you can mark an XP, or you could take one going forward. But I feel like clearing a condition is maybe the kind thing to do in this moment.
Yeah, I think you're good at it. I actually think you're really good at it. I think you're probably the best of us at it.
Yeah? It's just that, earlier when we were fighting and I was trying to be all, like, cool and sexy, she really, she cut me deep by just straight up ignoring me like I hadn't even said anything. Like, it was embarrassing that I had spoken, but that was on her, right?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? You can't be responsible for other people's emotions.
You're so right.
It's not on you to manage how she responds to your obvious giving of your loving heart.
You're right. I'm perfect. And if she can't see that, that's her fault.
Yeah. Huh. You're perfect. I think you're perfect. Tiddles, we think she's perfect, right?
Great. No. Thanks so much.
I can't tell if that was a no or a meow.
I think it was a meow. That's a strong yes from a cat.
Jaz answered before it happened anyway, so... Thanks, June. I feel so much better. You're right. I got stuck in my own head.
You just gotta believe in you and just don't let other people's hang-ups squash your bright light, Jaz. Because you've got such a bright light. And I want to make sure you share that with the world.
Are you going to cry?
No.
Tiddles does that thing where you put broccoli in front of a cat and they go, what?
An incredibly specific thing.
Did she pull broccoli out of her own pocket? And just go, yeah, no. You keep doing you. You do you. You do you, Jaz.
I am gonna do me. Maybe not in this train carriage, but
not right now. That's not what I meant.
Later.
That's not what I meant.
Thanks for the advice.
That's not what I mean, it's not bad. Sex positivity. Yeah? Everyone? Okay, great. We're all on board.
So you see further down the train that someone does go, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Woo.
Sex positivity.
You think that Tiddles has stuck up her arm to agree with you, but she just starts licking her arm.
Oh, well, I think that's a half, yes. Great. In return, can you maybe emotionally support me?
Well, another way to clear your guilt would be to sacrifice something important just to hurt yourself for what you've done.
That seems like something your character would do.
Yeah,
It does very much so.
What do I have, though?
Plenty.
What did you bring? You said you brought stuff with you, didn't you? What did you bring?
Didn't I?
You've got your good name, your good looks,
Good name.
your memories.
I'll break my name.
She stands up in the middle of the carriage. She says, "Everybody, I need you to know, my good name is worthless."
Juniper Poutine is a shithead.
Poutine is a shithead. Juniper Poutine is a dirty fighter. Juniper pulls out her rucksack. She slings it off her shoulder and she scrabbles inside and she says, "Jaz, I really appreciate that we've had this moment of connection and that you came to me for support, because I kind of feel like that's maybe my role in this group."
Yeah, that and I felt like Tiddles, might just hit me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let her hear us. She's looking.
I'm not an emotional support cat.
We tried it once. She clawed a child. Junie scrabbles around in her bag and she pulls out a small notebook that's like covered in little cut out pictures from magazines. And there's like one time you three went and took some photos in a booth together, and that's stuck on the front as well. And it's got little like stickers and things. She's like, this is I want to give this to you. Because just as you've given me a bit of your heart, I want to give you a bit of mine. This is my diary. And it's got the memories of all our adventures together. And I think you should take it. Because I don't deserve it anymore. And you're going to look after it better.
Sure. Yeah. Great bedtime reading, I assume.
Don't read it at bedtime.
Oh,
it'll make you cry.
Oh, okay. I'll take this. Thank you. Thanks. I'm just going to flip through it quickly right here to see if there's any like pictures in it.
Yeah, there's little doodles of both of you, little candid sketches that whilst you weren't looking.
Oh, creepy. And then she's just going to shove it in a pocket.
Yeah, you're right. Creepy. You are right. Creepy. And you see her scrunch up a piece of paper that's like with a half sketch on it and just like throw it under a carriage seat. Okay. Well, I feel better.
Great.
And I'm going to uncheck this box.
Yes, absolutely. You can both uncheck your conditions, and so we'll be moving forward with you all conditionless. What a beautiful, horrible scene. So Static closes her laptop, and she's like, right, okay, I've got things in place now, so what's the plan? What's the plan for when we get to the publishers?
Well, what do you need?
I need to get into the server room.
So you can't just do it from outside? Using the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Hey, can I just say it's a positive energy at the moment we've created? This is a safe space. Static, I get. It's just a safe space at the moment. Just at the moment.
No bad ideas. We're just spitballing.
Spitting balls. You can get on board with that, Tiddles. You spit stuff, right? Hairballs? It's a cat joke.
Meow. Only when I don't want the stuff in my stomach. It's usually fur or something. Not normally when I'm making ideas.
It's a thing.
Okay, well...
It's usually detrimental to my ideas, if anything. I tend to find it's a distraction from what I'm meant to be doing.
Okay. That's my bad. That one's on me. I'm a bad person. So, Static, you need to get to the...
So You need to be inside the server room.
Yeah.
Right.
We could cause a distraction.
We could.
I'm very distracting when I want to be.
Yes, when you yowl at 2 a.m, it's horribly distracting to my sleep.
I can also sleep on people's computers.
Yes.
That's very distracting.
Static moves her laptop away from you.
Look, if I fits, I sits, I'm sorry.
I don't think he fits, is the thing.
The question is, are we going to gain access kind of in a normal manner? Are we just going to go up and be like, hey, we've got an appointment? Or are we going to break it? What's the plan?
I think we can at least get to front desk, and at that point maybe cause some kind of distraction.
Yeah.
Sure.
One of us can go with Static, and the other two can be distracting.
Static, do you have blueprints? Do you know where the server room is?
You
download them from the open source.
The dark web.
You can do that, right?
Hey, Juniper?
Yeah.
Juniper, tell me right now, what do you think the dark web
It's
is?
a place where people find things that they need.
It's a little market, right? I've heard that there's a black market, so people sell stuff. There's like little stalls, and they sell internet
And the
stuff.
lights are off. And that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, yeah. Yeah.
Can you buy fish on the dark web?
I assume so. Anything you can buy.
The rarest, most illegal fish.
Ooh, fugu.
Fugu! Ooh, fugu!
Fugu. Ooh, fugu. Yeah, Static begrudgingly just opens her laptop again and starts typing away like, fine, I guess I'll find the blueprints. I thought maybe you guys would have more of a plan than this.
We only found out about this half an hour ago, max.
And I only found out about this 10 minutes ago, max. So
yeah, but Static, here's the difference between me and you. You're a competent human being.
I'll take it.
You're literally the only thing holding this plan together right now. It's going to go really well.
I'm filled with confidence now, guys. Absolutely.
Oh, well, listen, though. If there's one thing that we're great at, it's attention-seeking behaviour.
Meow.
We all play to our strengths here.
We seek the attention and you do all the rest of it.
Easy.
Okay.
The other stuff.
Sure. I mean, it sounds better than some of the things that you and your crew used to do, Juniper.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Look, not every plan is perfect. Not everything.
Huh?
Look, I stand by it all.
Excuse me, Static. What other stuff?
What other stuff have I done?
What's that?
Static. No,
I'm getting uncomfortably close to Static.
This is a safe space.
I'm purring.
If you want to talk about something,
I get Juniper's diary out and I flip back to the beginning. Start paging through it.
You don't want to talk about how your activist group really used to take advantage of you.
I don't know what you're on about. You mean
it says here that once when you went to an animal lab, they covered you in meat, so all the animals would follow you once you released them and get to safety.
Why wasn't I there for that?
I think that one might have been before your time. We met. That was, I think that was a good idea because they needed someone to do it. And I was willing and able. And not everyone is willing and able. And so I felt it was something I could contribute.
Why did they need someone to do it?
Because you've got to put the meat on somebody.
It says here that when you were protesting some trees being chopped down, they stapled your clothing to the tree while they went to go and have a cup of tea.
Well, again, I was willing and able. And again, that's a luxury that you don't know that everyone else there was willing and able. And I was. And I felt it was something I could do for them. These are my strong, good friends. And I would die for them and the cause. Okay? And if you can't accept that sometimes we have to do things for a higher reason,
so they're the same strong, good friends that you can't
busy.
Get in touch
They're
with right now.
for the cause. They're really busy for the cause.
So, Jen or Juniper, what you just did was your move called Toxic Devotion. That once per scene, when you forgive your devotion for abusing you or make excuses for obvious problems with your devotion, you can either take one forward or mark an XP.
Oh, fun. I'll take one forward.
Okay, so that gives you some advantage going into the next scene. So you get off the train and you are in a sort of businessy area. Lots of people going about their days, as we've established, getting their pret-a-manges. Because this is all I know. This is all I know about business. But you can see the publishing house. It's a large glass building. You can tell someone was paid a large sum of money to craft what is really just a very generic looking building.
I thought you were going to say
well, this is a very generic looking building.
There's not much to add to that. This building, very generic. I won't describe it further. It's just generic looking.
Wow.
Does anyone want to get a tuna sandwich from Pret?
No, I can't. Ethically, I just can't buy from Pret anymore.
Oh. What did they do?
They, it's not real chicken. And the chicken is badly raised.
Subway?
Also.
The fake chickens are badly raised.
What they call ham is actually made from chickens, which tells you a lot about the state of those chickens. And what they call chicken is actually made from babies.
Did you read this on the internet?
No, it was on a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
There goes our sponsorship.
Exactly, as libel. It's not true.
Sorry, Brett. Static pulls a crumpled white dress shirt out of her laptop bag and puts it on over a dogwood drive shirt and tucks it in to try and make herself look a little bit more presentable. It's quite creasy. You can tell it's been in a...
She's also standing next to us.
Yeah. She's like, so what are you guys going to... So we're just going to go... We're just going to go up to the desk? What's happening?
Yeah. You should pick someone to go with you to the server room and get you out.
I'll go with you, Static. I'll totally go with you. That's fine. We can go together. I don't want to have to make you choose, because I'll just go with you, because we've known each other for the longest.
Perfect.
She puts her head in her hand. She's desperately looking for a way. She just doesn't know Tiddles or Jaz well enough to know if that's actually a better choice. The devil you know is essentially what Static is thinking right now. Like, yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. We'll go to the server room.
Because also, you know what? In that case, maybe we should go in separately because June, that cardigan is a cardigan.
And she goes into her rucksack and pulls out a flowery blouse.
Tiddles pulls out a little bow tie and adds it to her flannel shirt.
These are the only clothes I've got, guys.
They're very cool.
They're very street punk.
And to be honest, in this space world, probably quite normal.
But maybe June and Static, you go in looking normal. You know, say you've got an appointment with someone, they'll probably ask you to wait or something, and then we can come in, cause chaos, and you can slip away, find the server room. We'll just keep causing chaos until you give us the signal that you've escaped by texting us to say you've escaped.
Cool. Yeah. And I'll have your back, SV, so when you're doing your thing, I can be there, just in case anyone comes. I'm gonna be real, I've been in physical combat before.
Great. When I'm doing my thing, don't fucking speak.
Okay, silent. I get that. Sometimes the Junie's got to zip it. Just close it down, Juniper. Shut up. Shh. I can clamp.
Not her strong point.
No more talking, Junie.
Yeah, she's not good at that, is she?
I can do it.
Let's go.
Okay. We'll wait a few minutes. Until it's made of glass, right? We can just see it.
yeah, you can see it. It's a huge glass building. It's so generic
until we can see that you've been
told to take a seat.
You know, you're waiting somewhere or something's happening, and then we'll figure out what we're doing.
Okay, so Static and Juniper enter the big building, and inside you can see they've gone with a minimalist aesthetic, but the space is too big, and the result is very bare and very unwelcoming.
Wow. Business. Great.
Business indeed.
Let's get our business cards and go to the front desk. Hello, front desk.
Yes, there was a woman with purple hair and a nice suit, and she looks up and she goes, hello, how can I help you?
Sarah, is this one romanceable as well?
Yeah, everyone is romanceable.
Everyone except the old ticket man is romanceable. We've been through this.
Hey, listen, I've changed my mind. If you want to go back there at some point and flirt with him.
He died.
No, he died.
Oh, God, did I? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he had a heart attack.
You said later that day he died, but happy.
Yeah, well, you can go back and flirt with his ghost.
I can have a real Lucy Liu moment. It was ecstasy.
Or Kesha.
But in this moment, you're just confronted with this purple-haired woman who's looking up at you and is like, yes, hello, how can I help you?
Hello. We're here for an appointment.
Oh, yes. And who's it with?
It's with the head of IT.
Oh, do you have a name? I need to put it into the computer.
My name or their name?
Why not both?
Why not indeed? My name is Mary, and their name is Claire.
I need you to roll a defy disaster because that's the only way to describe what's happening.
You've got a +1 if you need it, right?
You got a +1, and you can.
I feel like the better thing to do in that scenario would have been turn to static and go, do you have the name written down? And she could have looked it up or something.
That would have made sense, wouldn't it? But
I would say, since you need to be using either charm or social insight, you should roll with heart.
Okay. That's a 9 +1 is a 10. I do it with style. That's noted down, Sarah. Do it with style on a 10+.
Do it with style. And what did you say your name was again? Because it will come up.
Mary.
Just like Cher. Just
Didn't
the one
say
name.
it like that.
Mary.
Mary.
And you said Claire. Okay. So she takes a second. She questions the voice she's hearing and the authenticity of it before going, yeah, no, sounds good to me. Types these names in. Inexplicably, there is a Claire that is high up in IT. And she goes, oh, Claire Harbuck.
Yes,
Oh,
Claire H.
yeah.
Harbuck. Claire H, as I call her.
Harbuck.
Claire H.
Oh, Claire's friends.
Yeah, we went to Jude's together.
Jude's.
Did you go also to Jude's?
Very prestigious.
It is
didn't
very
go to Jude's.
prestigious.
Mama didn't have enough money.
You didn't. Oh, that's a shame. I had lots of money. And my parents did too.
Say it ain't so.
My parents and their parents are from a very wealthy generation family.
Why is your voice devolving the more you speak? Why do you sound like a big baby now? A big posh baby.
It's giving me real Kristen Wiig vibes for some reason. And Maya Rudolph, just their SNL era.
You feel like if this person wasn't fully on your level, you wouldn't have gotten away with this.
Somehow I read it.
But this reception... Yeah, you read this situation just right, and she goes, right, well, yeah, you can just go straight ahead, just go through the doors.
Wonderful! Let's go, dear! And we walk off. Tatty bye!
Oh, nice to meet you, Claire. No. Oh, Mary.
Yes!
You're meeting Claire, and your name
Yes,
is Mary.
it is! Goodbye!
God. Well, back to my Sudoku.
Enjoy!
We didn't hear any of this, so Jaz assumes that they just had a very normal conversation. And as she watches them walk further into the building, she turns to Tiddles and she's like, right, we've got 2 choices here. 1, very weird story about a book that needs to be published urgently. 2, we just get our swords out and threaten everybody.
I was just thinking of rubbing my tits up against the glass. And singing, I'm a business cat! I'm a business cat!
Right. I feel like the problem there is that you're going to only distract the people looking at the glass, and then they're just going to send a security man out, singular, to deal with you. And I think we need to make a bit more of we need a building-wide panic.
Okay, Sarah, can I use tenacious purpose? When you commit yourself to a specific goal, you may ask the GM one to proceed and how you can advance that goal in a way that violates civilized norms.
Are you committing yourself to rubbing your tits against the glass?
It feels like
I'm committing myself to causing a distraction. It doesn't have to be the tits.
But it does feel like you've nailed it. It feels like that if you did that, it would maybe give Jaz an opportunity to get inside as well.
Okay, cool.
And
then I could.
You could just back up Juniper. Yeah, you could do. Once you're in the building, you can just be a free agent ready to act.
Okay,
Cat's gone wild.
Let's do this.
Okay, so I walk up to the glass and go, and pull up my shirt. And sing, I am a business cat, I am a business cat, I am a business, I am a business, I am a business cat. Meow, 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 meow,
so,
clapping along.
And I continue that for some time until someone stops.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
How many boobs does Tiddles have?
Good question. That's a good question, actually, isn't it?
Is that part human or cat?
Many nipples. No, so she has two human boobs and then nipples going down.
Yes, good. That's what I wanted you to say.
Not like a set of boobs, but just some extra nipples.
It would have been very nursey from Blackadder.
I'm glad we got the kitty titties sorted out. The kitties.
Yeah, I'm glad we know what's happening with those.
So the woman behind the counter looks up and drops her Sudoku in absolute shock, like, oh no! And then she starts pressing on a security button, and you see that two people in suits come out of side doors and start to approach you, Tiddles, which will give Jaz an opportunity to go straight through the door.
I'm gonna, I'll duck in right after them. Whilst everyone is
just going to raise my feral one, just
yes,
FYI, because that seems feral.
Had to happen.
I start to remove more of my clothing, and I will run round really fast because cats can run fast.
Okay, we will resolve your confrontation with security in a bit to see how you get away or fight them. But for now, Juniper and Static, you can head to the server room.
Great. And we do that, and I found it.
Yes.
It's a server room.
Yes. Static did download Yes, you gave her the time. You gave her the idea beforehand to download that. She found it. You get in. There's no security. There is a keypad, and so she just takes a minute to hack into the keypad to get into the server room, so you can stand in the way, and you see a businesswoman start to come down that hallway towards you as she's trying to hack into the keypad to get into the server room.
Hi. Goodbye.
Hello. Okay.
Happy business.
And that was just enough. That's purely a confusing enough series of words that this 100% normal person,
not my problem,
a normie,
not my issue.
Doesn't want to engage with you.
Would you like to chat for longer,
aura,
or are you very busy and have to go away?
Couldn't like a smoke outline of the.
Straight through a wall.
Yeah.
That's how I am at any time a student wants to ask me a question. Don't know, bye!
And with that, Static, bimp, doors open, you're in.
Great.
There's a huge bank of monitors on the far wall and then big stacks of servers. And Static slaps a laptop down on a desk, pulls out some cables, plugs them in, and starts tick-tapping away.
Nailing it, SV. I'm so proud of you.
What was the one thing I said to you?
That was all. That was. I just wanted to give you some energy, give you some encouragement. I'm just going to stand at the door. You're doing a great job. I'm so proud. Nailing it. Taking down the patriarchy. Kick 'em where it hurts, SB. I'll just let you do it now.
I want you to entice. I want you to roll plus heart to see if she actually finds your emotional support endearing.
Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah. So on an 8, you can gain a string on Static unless Static decides to choose one of these, getting flustered and awkward, promise something they think you want, or give in to desire. I think you can have a string on her. I think she's probably not going to get flustered and awkward, but she is just... You get a string that you can spend on her later on, and you notice that instead of just absolute disdain, there's like almost there's like a small amount of appreciation on her face, but it only shows for a second, and then she goes back to typing away on the keyboard.
I'm just so happy you're helping us, and I just find your skills so good, and it's great, and together we're going to change the world.
Out in the corridors, Jaz.
So Jaz has slipped in past the front desk in and realizes that she doesn't know where the server room is because she's not with anyone who has any blueprints. So are there any as she's just kind of creeping through likely looking corridors, are there any business people around?
You see that quite suddenly people are bustling around frantically. There's this murmur in the air of people are something is happening, and people are moving around, and in the distance out one of these many glass windows you can see a holoblade approaching, which is my fancy word for a helicopter.
Nice.
I like calling a helicopter on a naked cat.
I mean, maybe that's why it's here, but
I assume not.
You see that it's coming towards this building and seems to be landing on the helipad on top, or the hollow pad.
Okay, if there's someone's office where it looks like they're kind of beelining towards that office, can I slip in first and then as they come through just kick the door closed and get the sword right up under their chin?
Oh, yes. You 100% can.
I really hope they're sexy. Sarah, make them sexy.
You need to roll for this.
It's Daniel Craig.
It's Kristen Stewart.
I think
it's Daniel Craig and Kristen Stewart.
When you seek to incapacitate someone with violence, you roll plus daring or grace.
I'm just holding them there at the moment.
Yes. But I would say that is an incapacitation of sorts. So
definitely sexier than cutting their throat. So
I mean, yeah. Okay. So that's an 8 on the dice plus what? Sorry, daring or grace? Well, I'll go with daring, which makes it a 10.
Hell yes.
Ooh, yeah.
So you get to choose 3, but your opponent will choose 1 in response. So this person comes through the door. They've got short, slicked back hair, sunglasses on, a white crop top. They do look like Kristen Stewart from the Rolling Stones music video.
Why would you do this to me?
Why would I call you out like this so directly?
I'm
know.
so flustered just at you suggesting that they look like Kristen Stewart.
What?
I'm not cool enough to deal with this. Okay.
So you can choose to flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for an ally, or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position. So I'll allow, you can do 3 of those, but you can interpret those quite loosely. So take an object could be information.
Well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is reach down and unclip her key card.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
Just undo her jeans. No.
Yeah.
Reach down, unclip her key card.
Yes, you pull up the key card, you see her name is Ephemeral Jones.
Nice.
Nice.
Go back!
Call back!
Call back!
Inside joke!
It's going to be my calling card. I'm going to put an Ephemeral Jones in every game I run.
Nice.
But yeah, so she puts her hands up and she's like, Are you my new client?
Sure.
I hope so.
We can figure that out later. First, I need something from you. What's going on with it? What's with the helicopter? What's carrying?
Like the biggest high-profile client is just coming in, and with no warning. Like normally we fancy things up, we put on a show, we make her think that everything's like so much better than it is, but she's just coming in with absolutely zero warning whatsoever.
So what you're saying is, it'd be better for everyone involved if she left.
I guess, but like we're not going to send her away. Like, do you know how much money the Alfonso Hamo series brings into this place? Christ.
Ephemeral Jones isn't particularly good at keeping secrets.
Ephemeral Jones has been thinking about leaving for ages, and she's just really getting all of this off her chest.
Fucking burn his
They don't
face.
pay her enough.
Ephemeral Jones hates it here.
I've got a Mustang
Stop
to drive.
publishing. I'm gonna then move around in front of her for the first time, but keeping the sword under her chin. So just kind of like step into her eye line and like quite close in her personal space and be like, I think we can help each other out, Ephemeral Jones. What do you say?
I say I'd like to hear more.
And then I'm just gonna full eye contact, clip her keycard like onto my belt and just reach out and just flip the fire alarm.
Why not?
She's not going to want to come inside if there's something on fire.
Say there's a sprinkler in that room. Say there's a sprinkler in that office, Sarah.
Sarah, do
Say
it,
there's a
Sarah.
sprinkler
Sarah.
in there.
Sarah, there's a sprinkler.
This game is called Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Sarah.
We need water to be thirsty.
Say there's a sprinkler.
The sprinkler goes off. And water comes down on Jaz and Ephemeral. Absolutely. Your hair going down. She takes her sunglasses off. Makes direct eye contact with you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And she's going to take a string on you.
Okay.
As
Sure.
her response. Yeah.
I'd go so far as to say I'm probably smitten with her.
Hell yes. So she's going to get 2 strings on you.
Yeah, I have this. When you become smitten with someone you barely know, declare your undying love.
Yes.
Give them a string on you. Lose your smitten status with anyone who has no strings on you. Take a +1 forward to any act you think might impress your new interest.
Cool.
So, with the rain pouring down as she takes her glasses off, I guess I'll just grab her by the shirt and pull her closer and be like, I think I love you. Just like kiss her on the lips and then just pull her to one side to hide as everyone else is going off with the fire alarm things.
Okay, well, when people finally kiss after a period of tension, each take +1 going forward. Not the sexiest thing I could have said after that scene, I understand.
It was also a very short period of tension. But
tension nonetheless.
But
was definitely
it was
tension.
palpable.
That was definitely tension.
Yeah, so you guys are just in that office. Outside, we're gonna cut that tension by going to
Smash
the
cut to a
topless
titty
cat
cat.
outside. Yeah.
I am a business cat, a business cat, a business cat.
How many people have strings on her?
Well, they all know I'm a business cat now, so...
Tiddles, you see these security officers pull out batons. They look a bit like swords, but they're definitely just stun batons. They extend outwards and spark at the end, and they look at you menacingly.
Is there any, like, walls I could climb up or stuff? Is it this building on its own in an area, or are there any, like, things I could climb?
What sort of walls are you looking for? There's like pretentious architecture-y type walls that house some greenery, but like it's so generic is the thing.
So I wouldn't want to climb on that. That's so generic. Well, because I'm a cat, obviously I can't climb like glass because I just go.
It'd be hilarious though.
But
Your
if there's
tits
sort of, like,
would just
walls-
slowly like down the window.
Would be funny, but not useful for the situation. Distract them. Yeah, I'm very... I mean, I've already distracted enough. I feel like I've done my job.
You've got attention at this point.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and climb some walls to get away.
All right. I think... So you're going to choose not to fight these people. I feel like this is probably a defy disaster. And if it fails, you will fight these people.
Fair. Okay. That's a negative roll. I got 4, and that's with the +1.
Oh.
Oh, no. No. Yes. You tried to make up this wall, and you can tell there's maybe like some of that anti-climbing paint that people put on stuff to stop free runners.
Slippery stuffs, yeah.
And you just slide straight back down. Again, such a corporate generic bullshit place.
I do land on my feet, though, so that's...
Yeah.
The science, it worked!
Yes, the experiment was successful!
You see that there are people looking on, taking photos on their phone, generally making fun of you for your antics.
Would you say that was expressing myself in a shocking way through my appearance?
Well,
or displaying intense emotion that society wants you to conceal?
Well, I guess if you responded to them, if you were to respond to these onlookers...
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I go... Rah! You know, like the spitting thing. I can't do
Yes. Then, yes, I would say that. And then if you mark one more feral, we're going to have to use your transform move.
Ooh.
I'm going for... No, I mean, I'm on 4 now. I've clicked up to 4.
Yep. So we will get back to Tiddles to see what that means very soon. Juniper, the fire alarm's going off now. There are no sprinklers in the server room because that'd be dumb as hell. But you can sense a sort of panic in the air, and now it's like double panic. And you don't know whether this is to plan or not.
Juniper turns to SV and she's like, "Don't worry. I've been in situations of intensity before. I've got your back. Continue what you're doing." And she pulls out her sword and stands facing the door.
Perfect. Static doesn't even acknowledge that there's a distraction or that you've said anything.
Did you hear that, SV? I just need to check.
She gives the most half-hearted thumbs up because she knows if she doesn't, you will keep talking.
I fist bump it.
Oh. She, you can sense it goes from a thumbs up to a agitated hand before going back to the keyboard. But I think you're probably safe in here for now. But Jaz, on the other hand, you are in this room with your new smitten crush in the rain. But outside the door, you see some people going past. They're heavily armoured and carrying large swords that would best be described as busy sci-fi bullshit. Needless clefts in the blade, superfluous rotating stuff around the hilt, and orange neon engraving. It's the very definition of style over substance. But one member of this security force stands out amongst them. She has a stern face with pronounced, powerful cheekbones. Her hair is an ash blonde undercut crop that is spiked forward at the front. And she wears the same armour as the rest of this, but has the rank of captain displayed by rings of crimson around her shoulder pads. You can tell this is the private security force that the author has with her at all times, that she is now sent into the building to investigate.
Wow, she's really tenacious. I kind of thought she'd just leave.
I thought authors melted in the rain.
Oh, yeah, is that not how it works? She's a wicked witch, right?
She's dead.
You get the feeling that she hasn't come into the building. If you hadn't pulled this a fire alarm, she'd probably be with them going to some meeting or something. But instead, she is still out in the Hollowblade.
Okay, so my options are fuck up these guys or sneak up to the helipad and fuck up the helicopter.
Yes. And
Jaz is an idiot, so she's going to go and try and sabotage the helicopter. So she's going to look deep into Ephemeral Jones's eyes and be like, there's something I need to do. Which way to the helipad? I don't know why I'm speaking like this.
Because you're deeply in love.
She points towards a fire escape just down the hall. And she looks at you and she's like, will I see you again?
Only time can tell, but I'll always be with you.
Yeah, as you leave, you just hear her say, what does that mean?
Yep. Feels right. And I'm going to try and sneak past the security guys to get to that fire exit, which presumably other people are going towards.
Sure, absolutely. I need you to defy disaster to see whether this security force clocks you as someone it definitely doesn't belong in this building.
Okay.
Everyone else in smart business wear. You're carrying a giant sword.
I mean, you do have Ephemeral Jones's, but again, you look very different to Ephemeral Jones.
Yep, sure do. Okay, so I'm rolling Defy Disaster, did you say?
Yes, 2d6, and I would say that you are using Grace.
So 2d6. But I have a +1 forward to any act you think might impress your new interest.
Oh, yes, and I think being sneaky, absolutely.
12. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Nice. Wunderbar.
Like a ghost, you sneak past them completely. They are tracking down this corridor. They think that this must be happening somewhere else. And you get to the fire escape, and as most people are going down, you choose to go up for some reason.
Yep.
Tiddles, you have just been pushed to your limit by rude onlookers absolutely demeaning you as a human being based on your appearance. Fuck them 100%. But it has triggered your transform move, so please describe what that means.
So basically, I get down on all fours, I get a big mane around my face, which I understand obviously as a female shouldn't happen, but you know, experiments.
But the
weird.
Science went wrong.
It did, and I grow to the sort of size of a lion. However, I have a scorpion's tail. Weird science shit again. So I have transformed into a manticore.
Nice.
I still have my human face.
Manticore.
A half human face. Yeah, so I'm a big old manticore bitch now.
Big old manticore bitch.
I am a business lion. Still have a little tiny bow tie.
Has the bow tie grown with you?
Roll plus daring for me.
Okay. That is 8. 10.
10. You get to choose 2 of the things. You are in harmony with your beast to make clear a condition. You don't have any conditions. You are magnificent and little escapes your notice. You gain leverage on an opponent. Pain is nothing to you. Ignore the next time you would stagger while transformed. Or you can move in ways no ordinary person could.
The magnificent one, because magnificent.
Yeah.
And the move in ways that no ordinary person could, I think.
Cool.
Absolutely. The 2 security goons who felt like they fully had the upper hand because you were just a small little cat lady are suddenly a fucking manticore, and one of them drops the baton and just fucking pegs it back into the building. The other one foolishly tightens their grip on the baton and takes a stance like, all right, I think I could do this.
I could take this. Cocky cock.
What would you choose to do here?
Well, I'm going to use my big dyke energy.
I thought you were going to say dice.
Big dyke energy.
I'm going to use my big dice.
So whenever I roll a 10 plus, okay, so this is something that happens if I'm doing something else. Okay. But I'm just gonna invoke big dyke energy now anyway because I'm scared.
It's there. It's absolutely there.
It's happened. If I roll a 10 plus, yeah. So I'm going to leap and try and pin him down. I'm not really trying to hurt them in a real way.
No.
I just want them to like fuck off, basically.
Absolutely. Roll plus daring or grace.
Okay, that is. Oh, that's like wait.
A billion.
That's 13.
Wow.
A billion.
So I think I have frightened him using my big dyke energy.
You pounce, and the stance this man took immediately softens, and you can see the realization on his face as he's like, I've made a huge mistake. And you pin him to the ground with your huge manticore paws and just face right near his face. And he begins to cry, thinking he's about to die. And that he had it coming. What a dipshit. But everyone else is screaming and running away. All these dickheads that were around leering at you before are now terrified and pegging it.
I'm gonna stop petting him and just bat him to the side, and much like a cat would do with a thing they're trying to tip off something. Like, ugh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Immediately bored of it.
A perfect thing to do. Juniper, we are back with you in the server room.
Yeah.
And Static typing again frantically and stops and goes, Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
And she pulls up a bunch of documents onto the central monitor.
Okay, I get down right next to her, like we're like face to face, looking at the screen.
She's not as opposed, because she's proud that she's found this stuff out.
Yeah.
So
in the moment.
What would normally be something, yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the heat of the moment. She's like really pleased that she found it.
Show me all you've achieved, SV.
Krista's information was correct. These documents show that the author has been moving her money around for decades and hasn't once paid tax to any authority in this galaxy.
I knew it.
Static turns to you with apprehension. I found something else as well. I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but I kept seeing huge campaign contributions to her from the Church of the Homeward Sun. So I started looking into emails, and she hesitates before clicking up the documents, and it's a series of correspondences between Engeltine and the leader of this religious group. To your knowledge, Engeltine isn't a member of this church, but these emails go back for years. This one in particular that Static has pulled up, though, you see an in-depth discussion of how her tirade against trans people works. If it works, it'll open the way for them to then attack other parts of the LGBTQ+ community. In fact, they outline that the next best target would be bisexual people. And soon, by dividing the acronym one bit at a time and turning public opinion to hate, they'd be able to destroy the whole community.
Juniper puts a little hand over her mouth.
Damn.
I can't believe it. This is big, SV.
Yeah, this is more than I thought we would find.
Yeah, me too. You okay?
Yeah, absolutely. She pulls a pen drive out of her laptop and tucks it into her jacket pocket and goes, So it's going to cost you more money now.
Oh!
Jazz!
Oh, I was just about to ask a really mundane question, which is, why are her emails on her publisher's server? But,
I mean, maybe this was just a backdoor for Static to get
Ephemeral
into.
Jones, were you involved? I'll never know, because I'm never going to see you again. It's tragic, but it's just how love works. I'm
Jazz,
heading up.
You're heading up, and you see this Hollowblade on a helipad. There's no security up here. She sent them all down. So you see this Hollowblade out there. It's essentially a fancy helicopter. I imagine a space helicopter.
Space helicopter.
Yeah.
As I go up, by the way, I take out my phone, I open an incognito browsing tab, and I Google, how to sabotage a Hollowblade.
Just pause on the stairwell and watch a 5-minute video.
Yeah, so a handy YouTube video, maybe a WikiHow.
How to sabotage a Hollowblade in 5 steps.
You see a woman sat in the back of this thing, and she turns to look at you. She has this clenched, uptight expression on her face at all times.
Oh shit. She's just looking right at me?
Yep, because it's a long walkway from their
there goes
to the
my
doors
plan.
you just came from. I'll give you a chance to, if you wanted to hide once you saw that. But now that you're up there, you see that there's a woman there. So there'll be a chance for you to hide, because that's unfair. I did not describe your surroundings.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's fine.
Woman.
If she just looks straight, if I just walk out a door and she looks straight into my soul, that's fine.
She sports a pair of chunky rectangular glasses and a slick back pompadour of muddy brunette hair. Her clothing is the level of high-priced designer fare that has passed the point of being in any way original and just looks indistinguishably generic. A muted blazer and a high-waisted pencil skirt. She is the embodiment of this building.
But it's
just very generic.
Super generic. Okay, well, how tall is the building?
Very. I'd say it's about, very by my standards as someone who lives in a town with very small buildings, I'd say it's about 30 floors up.
30 floors up, okay.
Did Jaz just run up all those floors? Like it was nothing?
She's real fit.
Cool.
Wow.
How do you think she got those abs? Crunching on stairs. That's just how she spends her days.
Every floor she stopped for a few crunches of another floor.
Is there like a little railing around the hollow pad?
Yes, yeah, to stop anyone from just falling off the building.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do the stupid. You're gonna be like,
do it.
I'm not supposed to kill characters in Thirsty Sword Lesbians, but you have to die for this stupidity. Do I see any like cables or rope that I could use for anything?
Use for anything?
See, there's no, like, my brain is trying to get me to do D&D moves, like, oh yeah, roll a perception check. That's not a thing. You either flirt or you fight. Yeah, so, yes, there is metal, like, wire to, like, the strong stuff you would, hang a window washing
that will
cart
hold
off
my
the side.
weight, right?
Yeah, yes.
So I just want to scoop some of that up and like just full eye contact with this woman. Since I like opened the door and she was right there, Jaz just kind of went, oh, shit. And then just strides towards her. She's going to grab some of that on the way. Kind of her plan to sabotage this ruin, because she kind of figured if we can just kill her in a fiery explosion when her her holoblade takes off, that will solve all of our problems. But that now looking like it's probably not going to happen. She's just going to kind of stride up, attach the cable to the railing, knot it around her waist, take a little pin off her jacket, it's like a pride flag pin, just like slam it against the window. So she's like face to face with the author with this pride pin in her hand, and she's just gonna go, you're gonna get yours. You can't stop us. And then she's just gonna take a running leap off the building, Mission Impossible style. Having achieved nothing because
so fucking cool, and so like just so fucking cool. I think this is again probably defy disaster. Because you're jumping off a building. I'm going to give you +1 forward because I think that was the coolest thing you could have done. Just absolutely fretting this terrible binge. And I think I'm going to let you roll plus daring because I think this is courageous.
If this isn't daring, what is?
Yeah.
Yes, who's to say?
Oh, amazing. 13.
Yeah.
2 5s.
It looks elegant as hell. You fully swan dive off the building. You know you've made an indelible impression on the author. And as you start to descend, you are able to grab onto the rope and then start swinging yourself. And then you, one leg out, smash a window and just forward roll back into Ephemeral Jones's office.
Or just 3-point landing and just look up right into her eyes.
The sprinklers are still going off.
She's like, the music for that in my head was
Just like, yeah, it went from like amazing choral music to like the percussive flute music that Guy Ritchie uses in his movies. I'll untie the cable, and then I'll check my phone to see if anyone's texted me to be like, we're done. And then they haven't. But I need an out because I'm scared of commitment. I can't just stay with ephemeral Joes. So I'll look at my phone and be like, oh. It's like there's 0 notifications, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Put it back in my pocket and be like, I have to go. Remember, I'm always with you. Should have saved that for this time. Do you mind? I just need to get behind you to the door. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
I can't like shuffle past her.
She reaches out her hand to like, but then takes about like, okay, yeah.
Turn back as I'm leaving over my shoulder and just go, always in here. And then just leave.
And as you're heading down the corridor, you hear distantly, that means nothing.
It does mean everything. You're right, ephemeral.
Back outside, Tiddles, still as a huge manticore, you see this security force that Jaz clocked earlier heading outside, and the commander looks at you with absolute glee on her face, like just a big smiling face, and she's like, oh my god. This is just like when Alphonsus fought Heretic Rose in The Fugitive of the Dark Matter, and she pulls out her sword.
Okay. I'm going to try and barrel through them. Just literally run straight through them.
Okay.
I've passed into the building to see if I can help anyone, because it's been a while and I'm getting a bit concerned at this point.
I mean, did you see me swan dive off a roof?
You were on the other side of the building.
On the other side. No one even saw it. God damn it, it was so cool, and no one
Ephemeral saw it. That's all that matters.
Ephemeral saw you smash through, and the author saw it, and that's really what's important right now.
So that's all what you need, really, isn't it? You don't need me to see that. You can tell me later.
You're not going to be impressed either way. You're a cat.
No, I'm not going to be impressed, but you can tell me.
Do that every day.
I could change it to a manticore.
Yeah, like, who gives a shit?
Nothing
it
would
does
impress me.
explain why you're so unimpressed by everything.
And what? You put on a manticore, so what are you saying? So I'm just going to try and barrel right on through them. Like, just, knock them down like pins, essentially. In a bowling alley. So what should I roll to do that?
I think that's probably a fight, but again, much like before, you can choose to not...
Yeah, again, I'm nothing against these people. I don't actually want to kill them. I just want to disadvantage them in some way, basically.
Yeah. So you can roll plus daring or grace.
Okay, I'm going to choose daring. Unsurprisingly, because I have a +2 in daring. Nice. That is a 10.
Okay, so you get to choose 3 conditions. You can flirt with or provoke your opponent to gain a string. Through violence, certain words, inflict a condition. I would say that if you're barreling through them, you'll probably inflict the condition of frightened on the majority of them.
I'd assume that would be what I'd be trying to do.
Yes.
You're not going to flirt with someone
hopeless,
as a manticore, are you?
Frightened or hopeless, one of the two. I mean, I could flirt with someone as a manticore. I'm a manticore. I still have a human face. Well, a cat human, but you know what I mean? I still have my same face. Yeah. My face doesn't change.
So I would say that you can do any of the other ones if you want, but as you a few of them, the minute you start like pounding towards them, a few take off, just like the guard from before, clearly thinking, I'm not paid enough for this. But the one at the front who seems almost overjoyed at the idea that she gets to fight a manticore stands strong, and you just sort of pound past her, like knocking her to the ground. And as you go past, you feel her hand against your fur, and she goes, oh my god, it's so soft. And she takes a string on you.
Okay, I know what I'm going to do now, because that's going to be... I'm going to stop and go, thank you. And that changes me back into the cat person. Because...
Oh my god, thanks, I condition it twice a week with flea shampoo.
Because I have gone along with an uncomfortable interaction to fit in.
Perfect. So, at first, you see a look of disappointment on this woman's face that you're no longer a manticore. But then you see a look of, like, intrigue. She's surprised by you, and...
I'm also partially naked, to be honest.
Yeah.
Damn boobies.
Damn boobies, though. I do cover up my boobies. I just like my shirt round them, you know.
Juniper, you're in the server room. Static has just done a little betrayal, maybe. She closes her laptop, puts it back in the bag, slings it over her shoulder. Goes, I'm gonna go.
No, SV, look. Look, I get it, you know? I get it. Money's important. Money matters. Because, like it or not, we're all of us bound by it, you know? We all get we're sold this lie that we're free. But without our wages, without our money, are any of us really, truly free? Do any of us really have a choice, a chance to make a true decision in our lives? So I get it. You're looking out for you. You're looking out for the ones you love. You need that money. And, you know, girls got to hustle. You got to take those opportunities where they come. But SV, I want you to look at me. This is your chance to say fuck them. Say fuck that. And make a difference. To change this cruddy little world, okay?
What a moving speech.
Wait, where's the moves?
I was tearing up a bit there. Don't capitalism.
What move were you trying to do?
Entice by appealing to someone's emotional sensibilities.
Right. Okay. Unfortunately, no. I was going to say you could maybe spend a string on her, but no. So no. She listens to your speech and looks at you and goes, I do want to make a difference. But sadly,
so
for me to make a difference, no. For me to make a difference, I need money. And I need money now. So you are going to pay me all of it. And then probably more. I need 10,000 M&Ms for this information.
Okay.
Forgot we'd called it M&Ms.
Yes,
I forgot
context.
as well.
M&Ms is the money of this world.
M&Ms. I wish I'd remembered and I'd stocked up on M&Ms because now again, I really want some M&Ms.
Yeah, and it's really lessened the emotional impact of this scene. That everyone to suddenly be thinking about
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's past us for naming this currency M&Ms.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. It's fine. I can't blame you, really, because we're all victims. So I'll get you your money. I'll do that.
All right. I'll meet you tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll give you the information.
Okay. All right. At the cafe?
No, somewhere else. Don't come back to the cafe.
But it looked nice. You had some small pastries. They were like round with the little creamy thing in the middle. What were those? Could you bring some? Just bring some to the rendezvous. Look.
She makes a beeline for the door. She makes a beeline for the door. You can tell
Text me.
You can tell she's getting no joy from this. But
I can tell you're getting no joy from this, SV. But I want you to know I don't blame you. It's okay. I'm not going to hold this one against you, SV. I still think you've got a heart of gold in there. SV? She's leaning out the door. SV's going down the corridor. SV, I just want you to know you're a good and honest person. Okay? I can see that.
You can keep. She stopped to wait for an elevator, but she's not making eye contact with you, so you can keep shouting things at her.
SV, I want tonight, when you're lying in your bed, I want you to think about what matters to you in this world. Just think about it, okay? I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying sometimes we have to do things that maybe that aren't motivated by money, or maybe we lose money, or maybe sometimes we lose maybe like our stuff, or like maybe our nice clothes, like a nice jacket.
Ding!
Or maybe sometimes
She goes in the elevator.
we're the ones who have to go to prison, and other people don't so much. And maybe SV, I'll text you. She's immediately texting her.
But not Jaz. Okay.
Okay, fine. She pings off a quick one to Jaz saying, to the team, to the little group chat, and is like, let's get out of here.
Bing.
And then she goes and takes the list.
Jaz comes jogging down some steps.
Yeah. She's heading for the door. She's out of here.
Okay.
Do we come outside to find...
Yeah, I was going to say, you exit, you're able to easily exit the building because there's still like throngs of people leaving because of the fire alarm. And you see, I'd say you exit just in time to see Tiddles buttoning her shirt back up.
Oh, God.
I've tied it around as well, so it's more like a farm girl sort of around the waist.
Yeah,
cute.
Still some lower nips showing.
Changed it up a bit. Some lower nips, yeah. My 2 lower nips are still visible. Okay, I'm going to say to the security officer, we can pick this back up later.
Yeah, I hope so.
Ooh. Ooh. Is this just as Jaz comes sprinting out of the building, grabs Juniper with one hand, just reaches out, grabs Tiddles with the other, and like while she's running and pulling me along, is like, "Where's Static Vector?"
I'm gonna quickly, like, just as I leave, I'm gonna give her a rough tongue lick on her cheek. The lady.
I'd almost say Marker Ferrell, but
I'm going to go back into a manticore.
Yeah, exactly. I think that you've established the norms that you've now established for this woman are different to the norms that other people would accept.
Yeah, she's seen me transform from a manticore into a Catwoman with my tits out. So,
Yeah, she's into it. She likes it.
The ladies, they like the lick.
No comment.
And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
I was going to say, is that the tagline for our podcast?
Yeah. Ladies, they like the licks. That's good. Do it for us, gang. Ladies, they like the licks. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Bye.
Ladies, they like the licks. See ya.
You've been listening to Roll Plus Heart, an actual play podcast about queer little stories by queer little people. This episode was the second of a 4-part mini-series based on the game system Thirsty Sword Lesbians by April Kit Walsh. Your GM was Sara Keep, and your players were Becs Watson as Jaz Vell, Helen Gaffney as Tiddles, and me, Jen Blundell, as Juniper Poutine. Our music was composed by David Shaw. Music mixing and mastering was by Mark Anderson. You can get in touch with us on Twitter or Facebook at Roll Plus Heart. You can also email us at rollplusheart@gmail.com. Please do get in touch. We want to know your thoughts, opinions, and deepest secrets. Don't skimp on the deepest secrets. If you're enjoying the show and want to help us out, you can subscribe to the podcast and leave us a written review or a star rating on iTunes or whatever app you use to listen to your podcasts. Every review and rating and subscription is so helpful. Episode 3 of this Thirsty Sword Lesbians mini-series will be out on Wednesday, 16th February. See you then!
I can't believe you did me like that with Kristen Stewart and under a sprinkler.
I can't believe
under a sprinkler.
I originally, Ephemeral Jones was going to be that secretary at the front, but her name never came up. So I was just like, all right. Okay. And then we introduced the second character. I was like, a much better use of Ephemeral Jones, if I'm honest.
And indeed, our love was ephemeral.
Yeah.
She will never see Jaz again. Or if she does, Jaz will pretend not to know who she is.
Brutal.